Hello there, football fans. Welcome back to Philly Eagles Therapy. I'm Basil.
And I'm Baz.
And Dad, the Philadelphia Union have won the Supporter Shield. We've always been more of a soccer podcast, so that's all we really have to talk about. Uh,
Awesome.
Dad, the Philadelphia Eagles dropped their first loss of the season, lose to the Denver Broncos at home, lose 21-17 for the first loss. Like I said, 4-1. Not a great feeling today, Dad.
Yeah, everyone else knew it too. It's so funny. All the people that picked them, they did the right thing. They picked them. I held up hope. I mean, but it didn't happen. So you're bound to lose, right? Can't win them all.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you said it like you said it in the perfect way. During the game, even while we were still winning, it's like this is one of those games that you've gone 4-0. You've gone through the hard stretch of the season. Everyone kind of said, "Oh, the first four games, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Buccaneers." They didn't really add the Broncos into it, but they talk about, oh, they went through that first full stretch, somehow still 4-0. They just know how to win. And you come across this team that you're just kind of like, man, it would make sense that this is the team you lose to. Like it kind of works. That's that kind of story. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the NFL, Baz. And we talked about it too during the game, after the game. Sometimes it's good to get that kick in the butt. Things didn't go their way. There were some
Oh,
tough calls and
yeah.
things, and it's just the way it goes. It's
I
football.
mean, obviously, I wanted to win until the last second, but it's funny when the Bucks kicked, or sorry, the Bucks when the Broncos kicked that field goal to go up four. I said it into my fantasy group chat. I said it to you. I'm like, we get the ball back with a minute left, and I'm like, the worst thing that can happen to us is to win this game because then nothing is going to change, and they're
Yeah,
just going to
and
go, oh, Hurts, they win, and the Eagles know how to win. And
yeah.
again, I still wanted to win, but there was a part of me that was like, my gosh, like if we go down and win this game, then it's just nothing's going to change. It'd be the
Right.
worst thing to happen to us is to win that
Yeah,
game.
it's very bizarre how it went down. I mean, sure, we were all screaming for them to throw the ball, and they threw the ball really well,
Yeah.
and then they didn't win. So, do we need
Well,
150, 280 yards passing or 115 win?
yeah,
It's that kind of team we got.
I think the other problem with it, though, and we'll get into everything, but I don't know. I don't even have like a plan for this podcast. I didn't really write much down. I just wanted to talk, but I just feel like all week everyone's been saying, God, you've got to throw the ball more. We got to, or not even just throw the ball more, but we got to get the ball better to our players, more efficiently to our, like, to going deep, going mid range, not just
Right,
going 5 yards and in. And,
right,
they listen to us. But when we say throw the ball more, it doesn't mean abandon the run. And,
right.
we pull it up. Saquon Barkley in the first half, was it 5 rushes for 30
30.
yards?
Yeah,
Yeah. And then he only had one rush the rest of the game. And
yeah,
you're confused by that because, well, wait, we were up 17-3 like right after
right.
halftime. So
Yeah.
how are we not running the ball more? We only ran the ball
Well,
one time.
I know two of our drives. The first play, Barkley ran for 8 yards, holding. Now it's second and 20, and our first and 20, we were sitting at second and two, and we would have get it going. We shoot ourselves in the foot, and we just keep running in sand. And it's not the first half; it's the second half. It's not the second quarter; it's the fourth quarter. It was hard to watch again. Now we got a game Thursday. Hopefully, we can get back together and get this taste out of our mouth because all the yingling in the world is not going to wash this taste out of my mouth. I can tell you that right now.
That's definitely true. No, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, it's just genuinely confusing just what this offense can't do. Why can't this offense bring it all together? Why can't the defense bring it all together? I mostly focus on the offense now, but I just don't understand. First play of
Yeah.
the third quarter, first or not first play, but first drive of the third quarter, you go down and touchdown and it's 17-3, and you're thinking, okay, I put my feet up. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
here we go. Now it's time to turn it on.
Right.
Why would I do that with the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles? I don't know.
Right.
But
And
after
I
that,
wonder, it's funny, we don't have a game book, right? It's too early, but
yeah.
I wonder how many yards we got past after the Barkley touchdown. Like, how many total yards do we have? I think we had
So
15 in the fourth quarter. I remember seeing
So
that stat.
I have here after the Barkley half, after that one. So everything after the Barkley touchdown, 23 yards, minus 16 yards, so seven, minus 6 yards, so
So
one
one,
total yard, and then 2 yards, and then
three.
45 yards.
All right. Okay.
So that's the
48
big
yards.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
So
But in the fourth
yeah,
quarter, we at one point we had 15 to their
well, makes
123.
sense.
We
Yeah.
just can't do this. It's got to be consistent. And I mean, and invariably what happens is that something goes wrong, and then now somebody's injured. Now, obviously Dickerson went out early, so it wasn't that because we scored points after that. But there's something to it. I don't know if it's lackadaisical. I don't know if it's. I mean, we want to say it's the play calling, but sometimes it's just the players
Well,
not making the plays.
it's obviously sometimes the quarterback. And I've come onto this podcast many times and I've expressed my anger and frustration with the quarterback. And, it's hard because the thing about him that they talk about, he wins. Well, he didn't today, but he wins stuff. But I see the scenes where he takes the sack on the first play of that last drive.
Right.
And, we end up having to throw the ball in the end zone, and Devontae almost catches it, which is just crazy. But,
Right.
that before that happened, he gets sacked on the first play of that drive.
Very first play.
And,
Yeah.
and it was only a 4-yard sack, but it's 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
It's 23 seconds. Like, that's the difference. That could be the difference in the game. And
Yeah. And that was the
this
sixth
guy,
sack of the game for them. They had
I
six
feel like to,
sacks.
to me, I always feel like I don't know that this guy has that many game winning plays, but it just feels like he has more game losing plays. And I know that doesn't make sense because we don't lose very often. This is the
Right.
first time we've lost a game where he played start to
Yeah.
finish in over a calendar year. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's
It's
crazy. It
unbelievable.
is crazy.
But it's just like I feel like there's so many times where I'm like, that's a game losing play. We end up winning because the defense bails us out or there's another play made. But I'm just like that's a game losing play.
Yeah.
That lost us the game until it didn't lose us the game, and today it lost us the game until it did lose
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah. So after the Barkley play, it just seemed like we just turned our heads and coughed. I don't understand that. That's the hardest part is you're watching, you're like, okay, this is that 7 minute drive. We only need three first downs. The clock's running fast in the third quarter, and it just didn't happen. Hopefully they can right the ship. We say this every time, get to the Giants and then have that 10-day bye and rework it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the defense real quick. Sorry, I'm just throwing this kind of together.
It's okay.
The defense it's confusing. We don't have a great pass rush. We only got 2 sacks on him. I thought Zadarius Smith had a really good sack. Who was the other sack? Is it? Let me see. I have it right here. Sorry. Who
Yeah,
was the
let
other
me have a
sack?
look at it.
Zack Smith and Zack Baun. Baun had a sack.
I think he did. Yeah, might have ran a guy out of bounds or something.
Something like that. I don't
But
remember it very clearly, but I just don't understand. Number one, the pass rush isn't good, but that does usually you would think with the pass rush not very good. Well, that means we probably have a better run defense, and we don't. Our run defense is awful, and it's confusing because with the caliber of players that we have, the personnel, like you're thinking about, it, you're like, well, it's okay. It's Davis, Carter, Ojomo, and then it's Campbell and Bond, and you're like, that should be a great run defense. Why is
right,
this run defense so bad? And it
yeah,
begs the question. People have been talking about the Nakobe Dean coming back, and people are, I've seen a bunch of things. That you can't mess up. Bond and Campbell are playing great. You can't mess that up. But
right,
well, Nakobe was always great against the run. That was his
right,
big thing. Was he? They,
yeah,
they used to default him. They couldn't. Oh, he couldn't cover. He's not a good coverage linebacker. Well, that means he's great against the run. He's always been great
right,
against the run.
right.
And I'm thinking you got to figure out a way to have him out on the field more because when he comes back, because this run defense is atrocious, dude.
They are getting gashed, and it's bad. And it's funny because you'll have a 7, 8 yard, and then a -2, a -4. Not much consistency there. It's kind of hard to determine. But yeah, every week we've been ran on every week.
Yeah.
From if it's not one back, it's the other back. So
If it's not a running
um,
back, it's the quarterback.
yeah, it's true. That's true. So and they're still letting guys slip away when they have the blitz, not the blitz, but they're containing, and then all of a sudden the guy gets away. And Bo Nix is no different. He likes to go to his right and throw the ball. He did it 2 or 3 times. Luckily, those guys were dropping him early. They were dropping the passes early. They were open too. It's just I don't understand it. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to take. It's hard to take.
The next thing I wanted to say about the defense, unfortunately, I thought Quinyon Mitchell had one of the worst games of his career. And I thought it's funny because even when he had a bad game of his worst game of his career, he still had some really good plays. It just shows you how great of a player he is.
Yeah.
He had that really good play breaking up the pass in the backfield. He had some solid tackles. But aside from that, it felt like he was getting beat by Sutton, which is kind of weird because, we've talked about it. Sutton's a good receiver, but my friend Colby says he's top three, but he's not top three,
Well, he
and it's
looked
just
like a
kind of.
top five to
But
me
that's
today.
that's
He
the
was
thing. I
wide
mean,
open all the time. Yeah.
it was weird to see Quinion struggle against a player who's not considered the top caliber receiver.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because a lot of the quarterbacks we've played so far this year is very, very short, accurate. Stafford, Baker. Today, Baker was just dealing these short liners, and Bo Nix is the same way. He throws these good passes on target. He doesn't throw very deep, but he was just very, very good today. And you can't get to. You got to get to a quarterback. Got to knock him down. Jalex Hunt had him in the grass that one play, and he flung it up in the air, and it called not intentional grounding. But that was one of the things we really argued about, because I really thought they should have called it. But yeah,
Yeah,
Quinion, he did struggle. Keeley played well at times as well, but kind
yeah.
of earned,
I
kind of
I thought
earned.
this was a tough one because I thought this was the game that really showed us Keita Ringo is not ready yet. Um, Unfortunately, there's no alternative. You can't.
No,
I still think he should be out there over Adoree Jackson.
yes,
We talked about it. Adoree Jackson, he'll give up the big plays, and there's no upside. Whereas Keita Ringo, he'll give up the big plays, but he could get better. He's younger,
right,
he's faster, he's bigger. All that sort of stuff.
yeah,
But I thought today was a pretty. I thought he really was. I thought he was really bad today. I thought he was really
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Well, I
Unfortunately,
mean, that's something that that's coming off the emotion of the game and things as well. So you really haven't had a chance to look. But
it's
I
true.
mean, there's plays that you go, oh wow, he made that play too. So that's one of the hardest parts about doing a pod right after the game, because you're just fresh in your mind and you're obviously upset from the game today. So, but yeah, I think hopefully he'll continue to be the guy. We got 3 weeks here before the bye, and that's where we really need to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. Let me say real quick, Devontae Smith, back to the offensive side. Devontae Smith, great, best game of the season for him. 8 catches, 114 yards. No touchdowns or anything like that, but I thought he played fantastic on 10 targets. And that's talking about the play that got wiped away by the illegal motion, which was just a kick in the nards,
Yeah,
which
agreed,
happened quite
agreed.
often in this game.
Yeah,
But no, Devontae Smith on fourth down, they go deep to him. He makes an incredible catch, and they flag on the field, bring it on back,
right,
which
right.
feels like it happens way more often than it should for a Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because for a 4-1 team, so we're 5 games into it now, we're still having these penalties. Like, and the announcer was even trying to make excuses for Steen for being, that ball should have been out already. Well, sometimes you got to wait for a play to develop, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, we missed a couple deep ones today. We had that one come back. It's a shame. I don't understand the reset set play. I understand legal man downfield, but that's the one that hurt. We had several penalties again that hurt us, especially in the first play of the drive. We had that one I was talking about with Barkley, 1st and 10, he runs eight,
Yeah,
so it's 2nd and 2, and now it's 1st and 20, and you're like, we can't. We just like it seems like we don't have a 20-yard play in our book.
yeah. Well, and you said it before the podcast. I'm really interested to see what the story of the week will be for the Eagles, as far as like the NFL media, all the shows and
Right.
everything. I wonder what the story will be because for any Broncos fans watching, I'm not disrespecting. I didn't think the Broncos defense did anything special today. To be fair, okay, I'll give them. They had 6 sacks. Now, 2 of them, Jalen just ran out of bounds and they call it a sack. Unfortunately,
Short of
that's
the
just how it
sticks.
works.
Yeah. Instead
Yes,
of throwing it
but
away, but that's another
but
story.
I really didn't think the Bronco defense was all of that great. Like I didn't think it was like, oh, this is the number one defense in the league. Now they played well. I'm not saying they were garbage, but I didn't think they were all that great. So I wonder if the story is going to be about the Broncos defense and if the media is kind of running that wrong, because the story really is the Eagles just get in their way more than any team in the league. I mean,
Yeah.
they just have a tendency to self destruct or self
Yeah.
interrupt, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. It just feels like they every time something good happens, they do something
Yeah.
bad to
Yeah.
themselves.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's just like after the Barkley play, we punt, kick off, they go 3 and out, we get the ball, and we're like, okay, up 17-3. Let's
This
do
is the game.
another nice 7-8 minute drive. First play, um, AJ moved or something, right? And so
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
I
first
know.
and 15. We never recovered. It's like we never recovered from that. And I don't understand that. We can't throw a quick pass. We can't throw a short pass. Every other team in the league drops back and throws it in 2, 3 seconds, and the guy's wide open. We can't even do that. So I don't understand it.
Yeah, here
Hopefully
it is.
they'll work on something this week.
This was it. This was the worst drive of the game, and this was the game that changed everything. So we have the Barkley touchdown.
Right?
We make them punt. It's not a 3-and-out, but they drive a bit, then they punt,
Okay.
and then we punt. Then they punt back to us, and then you're thinking, okay, this is it. Like, come on, we should have done it last drive, but let's do it this drive.
We started at the 40, if I'm not mistaken.
And yes, the
Good punt
44.
return. Yeah, but a good
Yes,
punt return. The
and then
44-yard line.
I know. And then instead of me, expecting what I thought was going to be, this is it. This is the hammer drive. You go down and kick a field goal even, and it's going into the fourth quarter, 20-3, and you feel good that the momentum's going, yada yada. But instead, it's a 5-yard penalty by AJ Brown.
Right.
Incompletion to the middle to AJ Brown. Then it's a incompletion to Will Shipley, which was batted by Talanoa Hufanga, which I thought was the worst play that I've ever seen our quarterback make.
Yeah.
That's probably wrong because he's made way worse before. But I just can't believe there's a guy coming at him and he throws the ball at the guy.
I know.
Like, I know the rule that they teach in when you're high school is you throw at the blitz. If the blitz is coming there, that means someone's open behind him. But this guy wasn't running full speed looking to hit him. This guy was going like this. And he throws it into his hands, he tips it, and then he almost catches it. Somehow he didn't.
Right.
And it's just like, it's so a mind-blowing play. Like, you're just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you made that bad of a play.
Right.
And then the next play, Hurts is sacked for an 11-yard loss. And it might be the worst drive in Eagles history. Yeah. I don't know. It's a minus 16 play, a minus 16-yard drive, 3-and-out. Can't believe
when the guy's coming at you, maybe a little fake, like you're going to throw it, or fake and step one step to the left and look to somewhere. There's never any of that ever in this repertoire of the QB we have. There's never a pump fake. There's never a look off. I mean, there's not even a look off. I'm talking about a look over here, throw it over there. I just don't see it. It's super frustrating to watch some of these other quarterbacks that don't have the same record or whatever you want to call it, but they're just slinging out there and they're hitting people wide open. It's very frustrating to watch.
And you see, and you combine it with the protection he has, and I get it. Yeah, there was 11-yard sack on that drive.
Right.
I don't know. We'll get more charts and everything throughout the week, but the protection. There's just plays where he's okay. We're on to 4 seconds and the ball's still in his hand, and now he runs. And then sometimes he's am I going to run? Maybe sack. Right. Run or don't, or throw it away. I mean, yes. We always talk about if you're outside the pocket, throw it out of bounds. Don't run out of bounds.
Right.
The Broncos got 2 free sacks because of that, because he ran out of bounds for a -yard loss.
Right.
That's a sack. I know stats shouldn't matter, but it bothers me. Throw it away.
Yeah. Now it's 2nd and 9 instead of 2nd and 6. I mean, I know you said there was 2 of them. When you're running that way, throw it. Maybe you get a pass interference or a hold or something. Once you run it, all bets are off. And it just seems like we don't know how to do that. We just don't know how to do that.
Well, and the other thing you were kind of mentioning, the pump fake. I see these other quarterbacks, Mahomes, Baker, Dak. They're running, they pump fake. Bo Nix did it to us earlier. The guy jumps, the guy moves, and then they run. And it's like Hurts will never, ever, ever pump fake. It's unbelievable. Never seen him pump fake in my life.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And I know it's funny because, last week we're calling for the pass. So what do we do this week? We pass. Now we're going to be calling for the pump fake. We're going to see 10 pump fakes. I mean, it's like, let's do it without having everyone to put all this input. Let's figure it out. Let's start making some plays. I thought the passing game was great early in the game. They were hitting people. Like you said, Devontae had over 100 yards receiving. That's rare, this year. So, I mean, but then we only ran the ball 11 times. So now what? I mean, I don't get it.
It's really tough. It's just so hard to understand this team. It's hard to talk about this team because it's just 4-1. I mean, if the Bills lose tonight, which they're not going, it's the Patriots. But if they win, it's tied for the second best. Tied for the second best record in the league, and would still be in the top of the standing as the NFC East and the NFC playoff chart.
Right.
I mean, I know it shouldn't be bothering us that much, but this isn't just a one-game thing. This has been a problem all year. It hasn't gotten better. It felt like it got better, and then it got worse. And it's just I don't understand what's the incompetency? Who is the problem? because I know a lot of people are saying it's the offensive coordinator, and I would agree. I don't think it's all Jalen. I think there's a lot of play calling that's incorrect, and it's why are we running the ball now? Why are we throwing the ball now? Stuff like that.
Right.
But I also see just so much on this quarterback that I just don't understand the decision making. Like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Throw the
It looked
ball.
and it looked like there were some good running lanes early in the game. Let's exploit it. Dickerson goes out, and then we just quit running the ball. I don't. Yeah, it was very hard to watch.
Yeah.
And Barkley looked like he was going to break one at one point. It's that
Yeah.
close to looking like he looked better. He looked like he did last year, just running upright and going, and then we just abandoned it.
You got anything else to talk about? I'm kind of
No,
said all
I
I
don't.
wanted to say.
I
It's
don't.
really
Yeah, I'm with
disappointing.
you.
It's a really disappointing loss. But again, we talked about it. It's such a loss that you could see coming from a mile away. Like it
Yeah.
just makes sense. In the end, bottom line, let's get to that. You're 4-1. The sky isn't falling, even though it feels like
Right.
it is sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes a loss is good. We said that too.
Well,
Sometimes it's you tighten your belt.
yeah, I said it on the last drive when we had a chance to go win. I was like, the worst thing that would happen is us win because then all the problems just get, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Everything was
Yeah.
fine. We won. Like
Yeah.
right now, we can't do that. We need to address the problems.
Yeah.
Things we needed to lose to have something happen because
Well,
nothing was
I
going to
think
happen if we kept winning.
the bottom line is you're too good to be playing like this. You have too many
Yeah.
weapons to be playing like this. Great couple plays to Calcaterra, and then he gets whacked and he's out of the game. Goddard barely used it all. I don't even know what he
I
finished
know.
with. Maybe a couple
Three catches,
catches.
19 yards, a touchdown. But
Yeah, yeah, that was a good. That was a good one too. But I mean, it's too much to say. I don't know. And then of course we had the two deep passes. The one to AJ, he's wide open, and it got overthrown. I know he slowed down a little bit, but still, I mean,
that
I
was
even said
bad.
to you when it was thrown, I said, "There's the dagger," and then it
And
was 10
that
feet
was
over his
brutal.
head.
That was
So I mean,
brutal. That was
we hopefully he doesn't start tweeting again and starting all this stuff because we don't need that nonsense. We need to just reassess what happened and fix it because
yeah.
there's
I would definitely go ahead. Sorry, I'm not bad.
no, that's okay. I'm good.
I would definitely hope that he doesn't tweet or anything like that. He got the ball thrown to him 8 times, but I also hope that I don't know what NFL locker rooms look like or what meetings look like. Do the coaches go in? Because my first thought on this is the coaches need to go in and go, "Hey AJ, like remember when you were, the illegal motion, and oh yeah, and this false start, yeah, those cost us the game. So
Yeah,
all this
it's
last
huge.
week of you needing to get the
Yeah,
ball and everything
right,
like that.
right,
How
right,
about on the plays you don't get the ball, you don't cost us the game?
right, right.
Devontae, da, 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 there's just so many things that happen. AJ, why'd you slow down when you're running deep?
Yeah,
Why did you do that?
it
Jalen
was
unleashed
right
it.
there. It would have been right there. Yeah, we
It's
saw
just
the
brutal.
replay and we saw him slow down, and we were like, oh, he blew by the guy, and then he kind of walked, 3 or 4 steps. And yeah, it was tough. He
Yeah.
was wide open. It would have been a beautiful touchdown. It would have been a game winner. It would have been beautiful, but they let
It's
him
funny.
let a team hang around. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, I said that during the game. I posted on the Facebook page, and I said our teams are good at a lot of things, but they are the best in the world at letting other teams back into the game.
That's so
It's
true.
it's it's an incredible ability that they've developed. Like they just don't
Yeah.
they cannot put a team away. There was times that they went through this last year, if you remember. There was
Right.
some times we went through this. It wasn't to this level of extent. It wasn't 5 times in the first 5 weeks,
Right.
but it's just crazy, just crazy that they just refuse to put teams away. It's
Yeah. It's
unbelievable.
funny too. We'll probably hear from some of the Bronco fans that watch this
Yeah,
pod or
I
trip
hope
into
so
this pod. Congratulations on winning your Super Bowl
for sure.
today. Bo Nix, I've never trashed him. I think he's a good quarterback.
I
I don't
agree.
think they should have won the game today. I don't think they played well enough, but they scored 15 points
Well,
in the fourth
they.
quarter. Going for the 2 point is
Oh my
something I would have done
gosh!
as well. I would have done it. I mean, you
Wow.
had a team on their heels. The Eagles were just, I don't know, they didn't know what to do.
What
And you had
a what a
a few things go your way, which were unfortunate, but that's the way football goes.
What a genius coaching decision. Yeah, you talk
I
about
agree.
that. So I don't want to
I
praise the
agree.
other team we just lost to, but
No, no,
I
but
mean, to be fair, they definitely played a better game than we did, or at least the fourth quarter, which,
right.
it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish.
The,
But yeah, no, I thought I can't believe it, that 2 point conversion.
yep.
At the time, you're thinking like when they trotted back out there to do it, I was like, it's kind of interesting. Like, why would you do
Yeah.
that? But before they ran it, I was kind of like, I mean, it's smart. They got a team on the ropes. Like, Do they, the Broncos are probably thinking the offense isn't going to drive on us. Let's get, even if we don't get it, we'll only be down by one. But
Right.
going for two was enormous because they kicked the field goal later. They go up by four, and
Yep.
then we can't kick a field goal to tie it,
Nope.
which was
Because
a
if you think
genius
about it,
idea.
if they had missed that 2-pointer,
Oh,
we
yeah.
would have had a chance to kick a 75-yard field goal and probably have made it.
Right. Yeah. In
That's
today's
how it works
NFL,
nowadays. But
that's right.
it was a smart move. It hurt us. Good for them. Move on. We'll see how you guys do against your rivals down the road. But it's tough living out
Well,
here in Colorado. So we'll hear it from our
that's the
friends and
thing.
workers and things like that. But
That's
that's the way it goes.
that's the worst part about it is just if you lose to the Broncos or the Chiefs
Yep.
or even the Rams, like we don't live in the neighborhood, doesn't matter. But
Right.
yeah, we live in the Colorado Springs area and
Yep.
south of Denver by 1 hour, and there's a bunch of fake Broncos fans down
Yeah.
here who pretend they live and breathe orange
Yeah.
because they live an hour away from it. But
Yeah.
no, I can't say anything. I live 20 hours
Well,
away from Philly,
so
but
we'll be cheering against them for a couple weeks just to get them back on a playing field.
definitely,
But
yeah,
good for you guys. That's great. Let's
yeah.
see where we are in November and December.
Yeah. The good news that is kind of JJ had just sent to me in a text. He said, "The good thing is I only have to be pissed till Thursday because we play again Thursday." So
That's right.
the good
That's
news
right.
is we lost on a short week, so we get to kind of get it out of our way pretty quick.
Yes. Yes.
We'll have to record probably Tuesday to
Yep.
do a little do our preview episode. Giants ended up losing 14-26 to the Saints.
Yeah.
Not what I
Doesn't matter.
expected.
Doesn't matter. We got to play them
Oh
every
no,
play, every down. I don't care if it's no matter what happens, pedal to the metal the entire game because they need to get right.
I
They need to
agree.
right this ship right now.
This Giants game is a type of game where if you could, even if you were up 40 or down 40, starters are not coming out. Like I'm
No,
like, you
no,
have to play these guys
no.
every snap so that they can figure everything out.
That's right.
Unleash the
Work every
arsenal.
play, run every play in your playbook. I mean, it
Yeah.
just has to happen. And hopefully Sirianni got it. I mean, we didn't have any dumb penalties today. Luckily, it's a shame we didn't get that rough the
Intentional grounding.
intentional grounding, which I really have to go back to. It was just driving me nuts. And then, especially when they flag it, the guy makes the announcement, and then next thing they do, they come back and it's 3rd and 6, and I'm like, what happened to the flag? No explanation.
Yeah, it's becoming a problem. It's something I
I
really
don't get it.
despise about the NFL. There's no foul on the play. Well, then why'd you throw the flag?
But he
And
actually made the call. He made the call.
I know.
He said, "Dit," and I went, what happened? Like they just came back as 3rd and 6, and I'm like,
And
happened?
earlier in the game, they did the same thing on the Eagles. I thought there was a pass interference on Keely Ringo. They threw the flag. They pick it up,
Right.
and they say there's no foul. And I'm like, well, then why would you throw? Like, if there's no foul, why'd you throw the flag?
Right.
I don't
agree.
understand
I
how
agree.
that. And I know the guy upstairs started even agreeing with it. Oh yeah, that's definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not pass
Yeah.
interference. And I'm like, yeah, but they
Right.
threw the flag. Like
Right.
but
Right.
for me, I've always said, every play should be reviewable and every play should be, hey, let's, we got to fix this. This is not
Yeah.
this is a penalty. This is not a penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no solution to it. Unfortunately, we love
It.
a
Yeah.
sport that's dying and getting
Yeah.
worse every single year, and we love it more every single
Yeah.
year. It's
But
just
it shouldn't.
unfortunate.
It shouldn't have got to that point, as we all
Oh
agree.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
agreed.
all agree.
Yeah, no.
Should have never got to that point.
No. They were the better team today, even though we're the better team probably overall, I would say. But
We'll see.
they played a better game and they coached a better game. That's for sure. I mean, that's number one thing was I think we just got majorly outcoached.
I agree.
I really did.
I agree.
I think so. All right, man. Anything else you got to mention?
No.
There's nothing. I mean, I already mentioned the union get a supporter shield, but there's nothing good about any of the other sports to note. So we can just say our goodbyes here. But all right,
Sounds good.
follow us. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. If you like Philly Eagles Therapy, do us a favor, rate and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Comment down below how you're feeling about the game. All the Broncos fans, hopefully they're watching. We had a few coming into the comments last week. Hopefully they're coming in again. But you can email us any questions.
We could take it.
You can email us any questions at phillyeaglestherapy@gmail.com. But other than that, from all of us here at Philly Eagles Therapy, I'm Basil.
And I'm Baz.
Go Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly.